Welcome to the TV and movie review show. Bring you a review on the latest TV shows and movies. So let's jump into it. Hope you enjoy the show.
This your alarm clock. If I don't get my loot 6 days, it's gonna rain.
The foundation of all relationships is trust.
Start spilling.
If you don't trust the one you with,
From here on out, I'm rolling with an iron fist, Meech.
they become a threat.
How long have you known?
What is it about the Flenory boys that has you acting like some kind of priest?
Mom?
Don't you say nothing to nobody.
When I was starting to get a clear picture of everyone.
Hello everyone, I am your host Jazzy929 and this is my movie and TV review show. Today I'm going to be reviewing the TV show BMF. We are in season 2, episode 3, titled Love All Trust Few. The show aired October the 10th. And if you would like to tune into the show, it does air on Stars Sunday nights at 9 p.m. What can I say, you guys? This episode gives another definition of a Happy Meal. You know how the kids get more happy about the special treat in the bag more than the meal? I did like the flashback scene they gave us. I think they should have used a character that was younger when she was actually, as far as the mom was whooping the kids. During the scene, it shows the two boys sharing a bond to stick together in any situation they are put in. The kids are so dear in this show. I would have to say we have to give the kids credit for their acting. Meech was doing right by saving his family home, but this caused division between his mother and father. After the argument that Lucille and Charles had, it was very clear when Charles walked out the door that he had had enough. And I don't think we could blame him. He happens to be the man of the house, but doesn't know what's going on in his house, and that would bother any man. Terry learns that he was left out of the loop about many things while he was away at the hospital and demands for changes to be made. Now, I want to speak on this unexpected scene that was in this episode. It was the bloody scene with J-Mo in the car. Makeup was great. Shout out to the makeup team. I thought that the scene was good since it is Halloween this month. I think the actor delivered J-Mo, as far as the person that played J-Mo, he did his thing. The way he turned his head and looked at Meech, oh my goodness. And Demetrius did a great job too, the fear he had when his face came through the screen. Now everyone, we have to feel bad for Flamel. He was caught off guard this episode and last episode by Lamar, and Lamar has become this man's worst nightmare. Now everyone, we have a new person that has been introduced to the show. This character is Pastor Swift. He is played by Snoop Dogg. He is one person that Charles seems to be worried about around his wife. Snoop's character gives me an old school pimp type vibe. He is wearing a horrible wig in this episode. That wig could have looked better if you ask me. Another noticeable character that stood out in this episode was CM. He is a part of the 12th Street Boy crew. I hope to actually see more from him in the show, and it looks like he is not going to be playing around with anyone. Now, something that gets me about Lamar's character is one minute he could beat a man half to death with a rock, then the next minute he wants to play Father of the Year. I think that Castro is doing such an amazing job in this show, but one thing that bothers me is her character. With her being such a big industry name, I think that her character should stand out more than what it is in this show. Now, I have to say that I like this new Fonzo dude. He has been pulled into something that he does not want to be a part of, but he wants to make money and he wants to make it fast. Plus, let's not forget, Meech and Terry comes and brings him an offer that he cannot refuse. Now, it seems that Detective Brian has now discovered that his department is going to be bringing some changes his way, and he will have to change the way that he goes about on the streets from now on. It was a nice touch for them to go ahead and give us a few of the drug war that was going on in the 80s in the city of Detroit. This episode made it very clear that Meech and Pat's relationship will be coming to some changes later on. It's clear that after Meech saw Pat breaking the number one rule in the drug game, that the respect that he had for him is gone. I really enjoyed the skating ring scene in this episode. Back in the day, it really used to jump like that. It took me way back. They had the scene down pat. The scene between the two crews is actually how it used to go down back in the day. Saying ain't so my girl Kato. They brought a twist in this episode that I did not see coming. It came out of left field. I thought I was going to be riding with Kato the whole season. I said that in a previous episode that she was my favorite character. Now, I don't know what I'm going to do. I thought she was going to hook up with 50 Wiz, and everything was going to be good. She was going to be the first lady of the crew, but it looks like it's not going to be that way. I want to see how the storyline goes. If you would like to support this podcast, please head on over to Jazzy929creations.com. There you will find a link to the shop. You will be able to go ahead and purchase items designed by yours truly, Jazzy929. You will find items there for you, your family, and friends. And if you would like to top things off, feel free to subscribe, rate, and review. Also, share the podcast to a friend. This will help this podcast grow. And you all are welcome to join me on my social media platforms. You are able to find the details in the description part of this podcast. Now it is time for me to share my thoughts and theories with you guys. What is the deal between Pastor Swift and Lucille? Maybe it's nothing, maybe it is something. I know Charles doesn't trust him around his wife. Maybe Pastor Swift is the type of pastor that messes around with his congregation. We'll have to all see where this will go. Now, using the food trucks, I think, was a brilliant idea. Call me crazy, but while I was watching this episode, I thought I recognized the lady police officer that was introduced to this episode at the skating rink with Terry's teacher when he brought the homework. Well, it looks like in the next episode, Hog and Kato will be getting in a shootout with the 12th Street Boys. I think they're going to go ahead and try to take their stash from their house. Well, everyone, that is all I have for this week. Thank you all for tuning in. Next week, I will be covering another show of BMF. Before I close, I want to ask all of y'all to go ahead and head on over to Facebook and join my Jazzy929 Creations group. Over there, we can hold a discussion about the podcast and even more. I'll see you over there.
Hi, Loyal.